All right, hang on. Maybe. Mic check. Mic check. I think. I think that's coming through. I'm pretty sure that's coming through. Hang on. Pretty sure it's coming through. Do-do-do-do-do. Mic check. All right, so let's try that. Mic check. Mic check. Test. 1, 2. All right. Roger that. Thank you. Thank you. And then, all right. I'm just gonna keep going. As I was saying before, as I was saying before, push up board every day, every fucking day, every time I saw it sell, the last 2 years, every day. Now, I think I can lose more weight, but I'm not sure I should. I want to start probably just losing fat, maintaining muscle, and probably not developing too much more muscle because as I'm getting older, I don't really need it as much as I used to think I did. Now, we got that sorted. Now we back to sorted. I was basically saying, I'm not even sure if the audio is coming through with the music, but it should be okay. This candle here. I'll show you this candle here. This candle here. Share screen. What do you got? The big screen. You guys around this, I'm pretty sure. Hoping someone out there. I don't know if I need to change the title to like the secret of fucking crypto or some shit. How to get multi-millions off of like hundreds off of thousands. I don't know what the clickbait title should be. But we're seeing green candles in the HEX ecosphere, Pulse HEX ecosphere, INC ecosphere. I think earlier today we saw like half a million on price and then it bounced. Before at about 10:24 before I tried to stream, about an hour with it also. There was a purchase of about 70,000 US. It came through. It seemed to increase the green invest of the camp, which is quite impressive. Because you see here, I think it was about 80,000 total, right? So this 80,000 total purchase was able to reverse this. I don't know if you've got a trend, like I said, I'm not too good with charts, etc. But if you have a look at the greenness of this candle versus the greenness of the candle next to it, which was red, what did it do? Right? And we saw, I think, this particular candle here, or it might have been this one here, at the end of the day. That one. It might have been that one. Pretty sure that green candle from here to here was like $500,000. So I'm looking at this going, well, if that one is 70,000, 80,000, that one is a million. I guess still gonna remember there was someone that used to like $100,000. But maybe, just just maybe, we see some big fucking giant green candles. And am I gonna get the bet with a land? I'm not sure. Not fucking sure. But other than that, people who are new to crypto and maybe try to get some magical insight into what's going on in the HEX ecosystem, go and check out for yourself. Maybe this next one, I don't know, maybe you want to do some analysis. I don't know if I want to do all that because I think you should all be able to do that yourselves. And if I wanted to do it, I think I should do it. Now, post, we go to post, go to post, go to post, go to post. How do you unshow or hide? Alright. Okay. It says like if you leave them all showing, and then okay. I'm figuring out how to use Restream. The user interface. Now, next thing, we shall have a look at the share screen. Pretty sure it's share screen. Go pause. As I was saying before, I thought maybe, just maybe, we're going to see the reversal come through, and people will be like, just keep selling, infinite selling, and push it right back down to I don't know how low it was going to go. That was the gut feeling I was starting to think. So that's why I walked away and forgot about it. Came back, to my surprise, it's not doing that because I went out and decided to get some dirty for that. Like, this is the same. You have like 20s. If you have 20s on you, then you don't spend as much as opposed to greenback something. And so we my red back and came back quite surprised at the movement in the last 24 hours. I don't know what's going on. It's up 23%. Pulse chain, Pulse X seems to be lacking ever so slightly. I'm not fussed. Really, when you think about it, Pulse chain getting too expensive would be a great problem to have. You can see it in cryptocurrency. The fork of Ethereum, it's dirt cheap. Gas fees are not so cheap. If it gets more expensive, yeah, gas fees will go up. I've seen it some insane like fees for it, so you wouldn't want it to get it to like $1 Pulse. That would just be what like if it doesn't, I don't care. That's fine, whatever. Personally, I'd rather see PulseX do some insane things because then the fees can still be cheap. Although if they're all bonded, tied together through liquidity, if everything's going up, not fast at all. Especially if you have LPs paired between all the four of them, all various combinations, not fast at all. Plus, if HEX happens to move hard as fuck and you happen to be mining it, like I was trying to explain before I realized there was people here and they told me about the audio issue. Basically, where is it? Basically, right. If you wanted to get a 20% movement in Bitcoin, that would be pretty hard to do. You can only get a 9%, in 7 days, which is actually that's pretty decent. So I'm not gonna lie. But if you have a look in the last month, which has increased the most? Yeah, I know which one went down the most. Which one increased the most? HEX versus Bitcoin. How many gains would you have got? Okay, and just keep in mind, HEX is new-ish. Everyone said it was a scam and it's going to disappear in some rug pool and whatever bullshit people came up with hasn't happened, right? Price was down, yes. If you were, though, looking at a way to get Bitcoin and with that Bitcoin earn more Bitcoin, that would be kind of cool. This is what I was crapping on about before. If you had a Bitcoin now and you had a fraction of the total supply and it was paying out a fraction of every block reward, for example, right? That would suck for you because you have to have how many Bitcoin to get 100% of the amount. Not taking into account if there was some other entity that happens to have like the other 50% of that. But you would have to buy what? How many Bitcoin to buy? You have to buy all the supply to get the maximum amount of the block reward, right? For eternity, as long as they keep pumping out blocks. Pumping out rewards. Right? So in the early days of Bitcoin, when it was, like I said, when I heard about it was already 1,000-ish, might have been 100, I can't remember. But prior to that, when it was free, when it was sub 100, when it was $1, you could have bought how many Bitcoin for $1, and on top of that, you could have been getting how many more Bitcoin. You could have been like, with that Bitcoin, getting more of itself, not through mining. I explained before the miners get real hard. I explained before they're kind of not inefficient, but you need massive rigs now. Just a few things I can think of. You have to be like in a pool. Like you can't just do it by yourself with like a big USB thumbstick. Uh, yeah, some issues, right? And if there was something like where they made the X, for instance, that allowed you to have a crypto and it not paid you, but you then utilized the smart contract and you got more of it, and it's not worth as much and it's cheap. And then what happens later on, if God forbid it happens to get expensive, right? Okay, you're going to see the massive increase in popularity. It might hit mainstream media. People might want to purchase it because, oh my God, it's pumping so hard, not just because of a sacrifice phase or anything like that, but maybe that will emulate what could take place later on. People start realizing, oh, this thing actually has some value. And because it has some value, you're able to get more of it through purchasing it and then produce more. And the scarcity of it. Now, this will work on Ethereum chain as well, but I've been deeply thinking about this, and because of the fees over there, I don't agree with the long stakes because of the fee structure. It's a problem, right? But it will do its thing, I think. Now, that's the whole different. I haven't thought about that too much, but that's a whole different argument. I know there's some people that are strongly for um, bringing back HEX, but then there's some other issues with XYZ holders over there. But like I said, if I see $1 hex, $3 hex on Pulse chain, and $1 hex on Ethereum chain, like I don't care, even if the fees are just right there with Ethereum. Also, you don't always get better shit for what you actually buy. Because I tried this tea. I'm trying not to yell. I bought this tea. T2. It's like expensive coca leaf tea or some shit. It tastes like cinnamon in water. I'm like, what? I don't understand. It's like marketed as the most expensive, delicious thing, and it tastes like water, hot water. I brewed it for ages. I can't even taste any like chocolate cocoa flavor at all. Like if this was the guy, I'll be inhaling steam. Expensive steam. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's I think it's been just if people don't understand that concept, not the EX argument, it's not even an argument. But if people don't understand that if you were able to buy Bitcoin when it was like free, basically, and just mine it yourself, and then instead of mining it, though, you were able to use the tokens to create more of them, that would be a good proposition, especially if you're able to do it over set periods of time and have them coming out at intervals, like something like a ladder. And then basically, that is what Hex is kind of doing. And I don't understand. I do understand, but if you're not staking it at all and you're holding liquid, unless you're just planning to dump it, right? Which is fine. You can do whatever you want with the tokens. I don't care. If you're new to this ecosystem, you don't understand what Hex is at all. You need to be careful. End stake, penalties, good accounting, doing it wrong, whatever. But if you are able to actually, what if you had the choice between one Bitcoin, right? $67,000. You want to invest in one Bitcoin, right? Or one Ethereum because maybe it's like it's not like Litecoin. It's like a silver. You know, Bitcoin's the gold, Ethereum's the silver. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but based on price, yeah. So you're then looking at one Ethereum or one Bitcoin, and you're going to sit on it and hope that it makes more of itself. How are you going to do that? You're going to deposit into Celsius. Oh, okay, what happened with that? You're going to give up your keys to someone else to steal their money. You're central exchange. Okay, fair enough. Some of them are paying. Some of them did pay some money back. Some of them pay more other money back. But you understand kind of what I'm getting at here. It's like, is it really your token? Is it really your coins? Now, if you had one Bitcoin is probably a good example here, because if you had one Bitcoin and you're a savvy investor, whatever, you like collecting bottle caps, digital bottle caps, and then you buy one for $67,160, just one, and you sit on it and wait for it to go up to do a 10x, so to be 670,000, right? Okay. How long do you think that might take? You probably get there over time because time is infinite, and this thing's going up into the right, similar to the XP share rate. But if you were to look at something like HEX and you buy that much HEX, it would do, first of all, wouldn't want to market it because we're seeing what market was doing. It's doing insane things. But say you did and you bought, you were able to retain that much HEX, maybe over the counter, maybe there's an and then you have the HEX, and then you decide, I'm going to try to get some HEX on top of this HEX, right? Then you can go in and really have a play around and see how you could double, triple, etc. your money. I mean, after what, 15 years, it's, I don't want to say guaranteed, but in terms of the tokens, it's like triple. That's unheard of. But can you wait 15 years for that? That's the question. What expectations do you have? That's another question. But if you understand that you could have a Bitcoin and you could put your Bitcoin into a smart contract on the Bitcoin chain, you can't. But if you could, and you could time up the X amount of time, and you get more fractions of Bitcoin back because you only have one, but if you had multiple hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin, and then you were able to, get more of them, maybe that might be pretty good. That'll be like getting these. Right? That would be like, so this is trading money. It looks like fucking monopoly money, actual monopoly money, like different colors and shit. Now, if you were able to, right? If you were able to, get one and go, okay, I am going to take one of these, and in a year's time, turn it into more of them, right? Like you burn this one, destroy this one, and then you turn it into more. So if you have the patience, then you could have more. But no, that's a pretty simple argument. It's a pretty logical way to look at things. But for some reason, people aren't quite grasping this concept. Now, I think some people clearly have grasped the concept because you see the cells. Now, where is it? Which is fine. You're not like, that's the whole point. If you had $1 and then it turns to $100, maybe you want to sell it all. I don't know. But if you have something that you have $1 and it turns to $100, and then you could keep creating more of them, couldn't you then, over a time period that you set, because it's you and the code, you press the buttons, you decide, it's like literally you running, pressing buttons, no one tells you to press the buttons. Could you not then go, okay, I have one, I have 10, I created one, I'll take that one, I'll sell that one, and then I still have this 10, and I might make another one. Keep doing that for on top of assuming that you're like actually still a functioning member of society. Maybe you help everything, and you're just sitting on a big stack of cash. Maybe you're sitting on like a big pile of crypto in crypto a lot earlier than the rest of us. And you're like deciding how can you just make more? I mean, I can think of a few ways. I think on one stream we're talking about imagine having access to the stables and having big giant stable pools across like three of them, like was it USDI, USDC, USDT, the E versions, the M versions, and getting rewards from that, and then doing what with that. After seeing possibly 10x's and plus on something like say HEX, like very small numbers, extremely conservative numbers. But 10x from here for myself is, like I said, possibly back to all-time highs, which all-time highs were 55 cents. And like, so over time in the market is destroying time in the market for some. Because mind you, had I been able to time the market, maybe I would have been ahead, but in terms of the total amount of holdings, it would have been interesting because had you not had any locked away for those long periods, especially with the payday bonuses on them, then the amount of total tokens you held from inception to now without staking would be a very different ballpark figure. Would be a very different figure overall. Now, people don't care about that because you can't change the past. You can't change the future. You don't know the future, except for you locking in a ladder and telling the future what you are going to do. And if you stick to your word, then most likely you should, in my opinion, be rewarded. Because if you don't, you get penalized. You understand the penalties. If you lie to the system and you try and say, I'm going to do this for 15 years, 7.5 years, and one day going 7.51, and then you decide to take some profit then, and you're not going to get rewarded as much as you could. Mind you, when you locked it in at the beginning, now the price was what? 6 cents somewhat. People though that locked it at the top, bought at the top, locked in at the top. It's like if that happens again, I don't know how to explain this to people because, like I said, with the Bitcoin explanation, if you have Bitcoin, you buy a Bitcoin and it gives you more Bitcoin. That's kind of cool. That's like if you have a dollar and it produces more dollars, right? That's good. That is good. But if the valuation, if that dollar becomes 1 cent, and the $1 starts popping up 1 cent, and they all become 1 cent. Maybe not the best idea, but it still produces 1 cent. So, what would be a good idea in that situation? Maybe you might want to be waiting until it gets a bit higher. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. We just have to wait and see. But I'm fascinated to see how this particular experiment is going to go. This is something what you should never do. Share any of your crypto holdings on stream, but this is a tester, somewhat of a tester wallet. And basically, not that long ago, I was DCAing about $50 a day for about 12 weeks straight. Very near to the all-time low. So basically, what it's done has it's done a 40% APY roughly. It's actually about 38% APY currently. Maybe I'll say, not including the staking or locking away, but I didn't get into yet. So I would say 3 months. 3 months. That's a decent return, right? Now, this wallet, I could just dump it all if I wanted to. I couldn't now, though. I have to wait. Although it's past the 50% progress, I think I'll be heavily penalized if I did end stake. But if the price does some interesting moves from here, HEX price is, not including Pulse INC, then it's going to be a good example of what could take place. I wouldn't mind if that turned to 10,000, 100,000. That would be crazy, right? And that's just on a tiny, tiny investment. And then most likely they'll sell. And then most likely 50 years I'll be like, I might be upset because, like I said, these good things come to those who wait, I guess. And should you not just, if you had this amount just lying around of T shares, in the future when T shares are extremely rare, you might look back and go, I really wish I had more T shares because now instead of getting a whole T shares, there's going to be less available, which means you're going to be in a situation where if you had Bitcoin right now at this current price, and you tried to get, say, all the Bitcoin in existence to get all the block rewards, right? So how much would you get if you had one Bitcoin right now of one block reward? Right? Probably not that much, right? If it did that, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. You'd see people just buying for the Bitcoin to try and get all of the Bitcoin because it produces all the Bitcoin. It's like, what do you think is going to take place with XP? Like, yeah, in the short term, it's going to be a pain, but if you're just chilling on it and like you have a lot of way and it's actively doing things, because if I just sat on this, um, the principal, and even though it's only yielded like 374 in what 10, 20 days or something, which is not a lot. But imagine if I just sat on it, had no yield, just sat and just wait and hope went up. Get no yield. What if it starts doing multiples? I mean, it's big one. What if it hits 10 cents, dollar, $10, $100? And then all of a sudden, the yield, you're looking at going, oh, well, that's not too bad. Now, these are very small things. Imagine if you had a lot of hex. Might not be too bad, right? 1 cent, oh, 1 cent is shit. $1 is shit. 50 cents is shit. You get 2,050,000. Wow, that's not too bad, is it? You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain this thing. But the next thing, I was that's just people really understand this within the HEX sphere. Whatever reason, it's just not been widely. It's not the cult isn't growing. I guess you could say. Not yet, anyway. Not yet, because you can say Bitcoin is a cult. Okay, so when it turned out okay, the price of the thing still exists. Remember when I said Bitcoin was a scam? I thought Ethereum was like, I'm like, Ethereum, what's this shit? And then they kept growing. I'm like, okay, and I lost all my Ethereum. And then I was now I'm gonna try to track down that Ethereum I lost. Huh. Oh, anyway. Now, completely different train of thought. I don't know if you guys remember the fees were like in the cents. Oh my god. Ethereum was like dirt cheap. You get like a shit ton of Ethereum for like dollars. It was crazy. It's like, yeah, not around with these like smart contracts getting like ripped off everywhere. Now, anyway, that's enough of HEX, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Everyone knows all this already. I'm just sort of going over the same old shit. Um, now, I'm going to just check. This still better be live. It should be live. Yeah, it's live. All right, cool. Free speech news is live, and he's not bringing much news at all. 18 views, low. Fuck, man. Mexico is dwindling. Now, the next thing. This is probably more news related. It's going to be a bit boring, but when you think about it, right, this is funny. This is how my mind kind of thinks. Now, it's a little bit different. We see this here. Coin Telegraph. So basically, I was going through, and you can go through all the fucking tea leaves, go through all the tarot cards you want, and come up with an explanation as to why uh, Bitcoin is pumping, or Ethereum is pumping, or the entire market's pumping, or X is pumping, or Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC is pumping. You could go and chain and see why people buy, where the buyers are coming from. how much liquidity is there and what it's source of price. You could do that, but when it's all on centralized exchanges, it's harder to do that. When it's all on decentralized exchanges and there's on-chain data, easier to do that, right? A lot more easy to water something when there's a fucking water trail, if you ask me, in my opinion. But besides that, we see here whatever talking point you want to go by. You could say, oh, this is why this is why this one. The most favorite one that's coming to mind now is the US presidential election. I'm not going to cover that too much because I'm pretty sure there's enough content out there. And everyone has their own opinion. And everyone who said, and everyone who hated Donald Trump, they hated him with a passion. They fucking hated him. They probably still do some of them. Now, a lot of people are deciding maybe he's not the worst. For crypto, for example, right? I want to know where you were back in 2016. Anyway, now it's all clicking. Now it makes sense, yeah? Now it makes sense, man. But here's the twist. Here's my analysis of it. Now, you probably find some polls somewhere. But I don't know which way to present it. Which way should I present this first? We'll present it this way. So we'll go by whatever is on. We'll go this way. It's BRICS nation. Okay, so the BRICS nation. So everyone's aware of this growing behemoth. If you're not aware of it, maybe check it out. It's like Swift versus BRICS banking system. It's savage. And it's like, was it Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa? There's a few other ones in there. Move away from the US dollar could boost XRP. BRICS now is positive for cryptocurrency, right? One specific cryptocurrency. Cool, that's fine. They're moving away from the US dollar. So you have the talking point. You have the talking point that BRICS is positive for cryptocurrency if you look at it from one aspect. The same talking point from a different lens is this here. I used to do this in the This one here came to mind as well. Big news. Donald Trump declares crypto is the future after blowing up the Bitcoin price. So both competing hegemonies, or both competing systems are now deciding crypto is the thing to promote. People have decided that that's another topic. Remember the other one I had? What's her name? Harris was talking about donating, or someone from XRP donated to the other side of the crypto sphere. I don't know if that's what's going on now, but maybe that's some narratives being sold and people believe that. Basically, you're seeing Donald Trump's good for crypto, and which is good because then you would think Donald Trump being good for crypto is good for the US, which is good for crypto, which is fine. It's cool, whatever. Mind you, I still wondering though what they're going to do. Could they turn around and after this pro-crypto stance is changes, unless everything gets locked in real quick, it could be the talking point in the next election. They're not going to. There you go. Okay. But US pro-crypto with Trump. Other cryptos donating to other political parties, which are not as pro-crypto, but they are pro-crypto because BRICS is now pro-crypto, but not pro-crypto in the way that Bitcoin, just only Bitcoin, or only Ethereum is, or only the BlackRock, and only all the ETFs are. And that's enough of a signal that the big giant hedge funds are like. Anyway. Now, BRICS is also pro-crypto. But they're a different type of crypto project. So my understanding is that no matter which way you look at it, it's now a battle for crypto. One side is deciding to go down some XRP, CBDC. The other side is like deciding to go through a CBDC thing, but also work with crypto. Like it all just sounds like crypto is here to stay, um, and people are kind of learning to do it. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense like why um, one side is pro crypto and the other side is pro crypto, and they're supposed to be mortal enemies, but they're both basically saying, yeah, blockchain good. So I'm supposed to believe. I'm supposed to believe that. I'm supposed to believe that one particular candidate or one particular government, where the two-party preferred system is so much better than the other one because of this crypto or that crypto. I don't. I just feel like it's just all being pushed to this. Like I know who I like though. I know who I prefer, but I just, I just it's just funny. You see one side like is good at developing missiles, like Russia, and then the other side, like the US, is good at having planes that can move around the missiles. It's like okay, so it's just perfect. But yeah, I just hope in the battle, whatever the battle is going to look like, or how it's going to look like, um, individuals like myself, um, legally, legally abiding citizen, who lawfully provides, that goes by the law, who lawfully does everything legal, doesn't get caught up in some crypto battle where either side starts throwing money at each other. Say, oh, if you're not doing crypto like this, then you're with them. And they'll say, if you're not doing crypto like this, then you're with them. And they'll say, wait, isn't the point, I thought the point of crypto, correct me if I'm wrong, back in the day, was kind of against, or maybe a potential solution to the whole 2008 issue. Wasn't there an issue in 2008? Wasn't there something that took place in 2008 and then something came out in 2009? On the first like block, there was something inscribed in code, something referring to some news article that sort of explained something that maybe there's an issue with the global financial crisis, what caused it, and this is the ongoing issues that we currently have. But there's nothing wrong with inflation, and everything's been fine and dandy since 2008, especially because the price of everything in the stock market is the highest it's ever been. I don't tell anyone that's because the dollar's worth shit now in comparison. Houses aren't getting more expensive. The dollar's worth less. Shh. Don't tell anyone that, man. And then when I tell people, there's a thing that produces more of itself that could be worth more in the future. Maybe it's kind of cool. Maybe there's some cool maths behind it. Maybe the dude who like invented it has some like really cool stuff to look at, like has some really cool opinions. You know, maybe just maybe, call me crazy Bloomberg, but maybe you are looking into this particular new thing when it was brand new. No one wants to do that. It's like, it's still here. It's still here. And there's a new fucking change. It's been here for a while. And people realize that maybe, just maybe, they've got free tokens just sitting in the fucking wallet. Haven't even looked. Now we're seeing this presidential elections talking about crypto in the fucking in that shit. Why? crypto is kind of fun. I'm telling you. It's been a bit caught with the hedge funds and banks, in my opinion. The essence is still there. Well, have a look at HEX. Do you see any well, maybe there's some big banks in, I don't know. It's on chain if there was, and what there was, doing. How would they control it in the future? Could they control it? What if a big bank came in and just started buying up all the HEX, buying it all up, and become a cyber? Then what could happen? They could destroy it, they could burn it all. I knew that was safety switching next episode. So what do you think they're trying to do with Bitcoin right now? When it was free, here's the weird thing. When it was free, and you had a lot of it, it wasn't worth anything. You still have it now. You have control of it in the way, shape, or form. You can tell you how you want to distribute it or use it, I guess. Like if you just see a big fat ton of wallets full of Bitcoin, maybe you're able to use it as an asset. Maybe there's systems in place where you put it away, or maybe you've got Ethereum and shit like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe there's ways to earn income, infinite income from it. So maybe that's kind of cool. Maybe that's what it was designed for. But then the question is now, what if there's big hedge funds and there's big hedge banks, things like that, trying to get control of us? They can control of it. It's like, well, is the power then sitting with the young kids? Is the power sitting with the people who were here from inception? I don't know. I don't know where you get that data from. You know, see how much Bitcoin's been lost, I guess. It's crazy. You see people just buying it all up because maybe they're realizing maybe in the future this shit might be worth something. Some stuff. Is it El Salvador or somewhere? Next crisis. She's living in the Haven, Argentina. It's going to be interesting to see what the future looks like. I don't know. But then, there are some countries structuring in certain ways. Maybe it's going to be a shift towards a digital world. In the crypto space is like the sandbox. So let's see what happens. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to let run to a certain extent. Because if they wanted to, there's no way they can just stand it up again. It's come from 2009. The end of the GFC. It arises. Bro, it's still here and it's growing. It's most likely going to do what? How many X's? There's still probably a few X's left in it over some time frames, right? But what if there's other shit, newer shit that's better than it, that has a better proposition? That if you're poor and you want to get rich, you have a better chance of doing that with something that is not already near its all-time highs. Because it's harder to move, because it's heavy, because how many billions and millions and millions you have to buy Bitcoin to move the price up, you know? Although that's good if you hold a lot of it, because if you sell millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, you still going to up the price too high. You look at something like HEX, well, you can actually get more HEX while you wait to do nothing. Unless, of course, you need that money. Unless you need that money for, you're using like an income stream, which maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe there's some farms you can get some LP. Some of the stuff like that. Like there's just yeah, it exists in the other chains too. What are the fees like? It's like the fees are cheaper over here, and it's got all the tickets. There's literally stables from the Ethereum open on Pulse chain that people don't seem to care. But they love it when it's on another chain. They love it so much. Or Arbitrum. What's the other one? Optimism. I can't remember. The other one. This one right there. So that was pretty impressive. The L2 stuff. But everyone's just going to ignore Pulse chain. It's like there's a bit of money over here. There's a bit of money. It's a good way to maybe they're too busy. Maybe people are too busy looking at the news or whatever. to just focus on making money. Maybe the people making all the money aren't the ones like they just making streams about bullshit. Because maybe the ones that make money just keep it money themselves and just like just keep it. I can see that. And then later on they come out and go, no, look at my landlords, look at this, look at this, look at this. It's like, oh, how'd they get that? Maybe the two. Right? Yeah. That's about it. It's just funny. It's just the perfect, like, it's the perfect way. But let's like, go one way with the boat, and let's be honest, like, go the other way with the boat. And they'll just play each other off against each other. And it'll be like feeding into the World War kind of thing. That's exactly the thing. As long as I see X do multiple X's, I'll be extreme. If it doesn't do multiple X's, I'll still be here making extremes. I know a lot of people probably going to disappear, already have disappeared because my mom did that. But hey, you get mad rich. The other will just chill together, have mad fun, which is possible. Or just having fun. Or we've got mad powerful connections now because everyone's like has money and you can reach out to them and decide to influence the world. Like maybe people have decided with the cryptocurrency to influence how the West is viewed upon. Apparently, both sides, both sides, in a way, have got crypto back to them. One was like donated from one side, the other is seems to be more favorable with the other type of the community. But like I said, when you look at it, zoom right back, it just looks like the same shit, but they just they've got different companies now donating to different parties. But like I said, I want to know what the next election is. Say Trump wins, right? Say Trump wins. Right? He's favoring all the most of the game, all of the games. I'm pretty sure. But I haven't seen one that is not. Um, so he wins. Cool. We survive. I'm getting whatever. I then crypto gets does what cool. Okay. And then 4 years from the election day, then what happens? Then what happens with my crypto? I want to be left behind because I'm not doing the right thing. I want to be rich beyond. Like, I want to be generational rich, right? And be able to use my funds and not be claimed that you got it through. It's like, where did this money come from? Bro, have you looked at this thing called crypto? It was really cheap, and then it went up and just kept going up and up and up. And no one believed us. No one believed us. No one fucking cared. No one cared. No, everyone said it was a scam. Okay. Everyone said it was a scam. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I don't know which one I want to see come harder. Like, I want HEX to just crush everything. Just like crush. Like destroy. Dollars. Dollar HEX. $33. 33. That's what I want to see. $3 33. I know that time frame, right? But if that happened, Pulse Chain was Pulse Chain gonna look like? What's Pulse X gonna look like? I didn't see it look like. I didn't see it on the show, right? Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, this is one thing, but it's crazy thoughts. If any put a string together, you better get the audio working for about an hour. But yeah, I shall wrap it up here. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're still in Mexico, and you still think Hex can do some stuff, then you're not alone. I think trust me, alone. What else is there? So if you look at the X, there's a whole lot of other shit out there. I have no idea what's going to bring this place. I think it'll go to public transit. I'm just like, focused on like HEX, and I'll be providing very understanding maybe what HEX can do. Um, State community. Oh, it's still bad. No. It's probably echoey. It's probably pretty echoey. Is that a little bit better? A little bit better. Mic check. Mic check. Yeah. Maybe one day when Hex is $3, but three open you might. You know, actually audio policy is supposed to get. It's not like USB. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. I think that's better. I've got a there's like a sweet spot. Nah, that's just me. I'm low and garbled. It's hard. That's why it's hard to make out words. My brain, the words form, and then yeah, it doesn't quite make it to the mouth. But I can see the patterns. So probably up there. Frustrating sometimes. Or I'm just completely insane. I'm actually a loon bird, so you gotta be careful. There's actually loon birds out on the internet, so you shouldn't be listening to them. I stumbled across one. He just got obsessed with X. Never gave up on it. He's still here. And he's waiting for it to get through. Figures it might never hit. It could be all going to zero. I wish I could be going to zero, 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 but the lowest amount. X could be going to the lowest amount. I see. It all could be going to zero. Same with Bitcoin, right? But I am a loon bird, and I think maybe, just maybe, before it does that, because some other wonderful thing is invented. I don't know what it is yet. Something better than computers and fake internet money. I think there is a chance that maybe, just maybe, this crypto thing can actually help all of us, like get the financial freedom. If you haven't already got it, it could help us all get some sort of freedom. It can help us in addition to our everyday struggle. Because, like I always say, it would be good if I could figure out a way to be able to earn a not a universal based income, but I could earn as much as I would earn in a normal job, and that way I'd have twice the earning capabilities of the income stream. That would make my life a whole lot easier, a whole lot easier, right? A whole lot easier. Um, and it's getting there slowly, but the hardest thing for me is deciding when to actually sell, because I'm always worried that I'll sell and the next day I sell, it just goes up. So here's a conundrum. One of the best features on was it X Grok AI? Ask it to roast you. It's pretty hilarious. It gives me better advice when I ask it to roast you. I might do that and maybe do a stream. It's like, what should I do with my crypto? Get it to roast me. You just rip into like, this is about it. I wish you could watch a video of roasting on the stream. Just rip into me, go hard. This is crap. This is crap. This is crap. This is the biggest to fix it. You good. You appreciate it. Trust me. Thank you for feedback with the mic and yeah, the garble with low audio. That's just me. What else? You guys got anything to bring up? Because I haven't. I'm beating a dead horse at this point in time. It's just dragging out. I just went out to work, came back, was like, huh, grass is doing okay. Um, Kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering if we just hover. Is this the? Can we just hover for a little bit, or is it some other big buys going to come in? Maybe people are going to hold off from selling. I don't know. That's about it. That is about it. I'm looking around at some nice cars. I'll put it that way. Because this time, when it does hit a formidable time high, um, it would be good to see. It would be good to actually own one of these nice cars. Might not be the most expensive car in the world, but some people are nice who do less. Putting a HEX sticker on the visa. Looks like a sticker. Probably wouldn't get a custom page. Maybe. Depends on what I really think about it. I don't destroy it. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, let's see. I'm going. Peace. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, like I said, day 100 and 1,780 days HEX has been alive for. That's how long we've all been. Well, some people more than that. That's how long we've been hexing for. Only hexing. Crazy. Absolutely crazy shit. I still haven't turned. I'm yet to turn. When it got to all-time lows, I was extremely close. Just yelling at the fucking stream. No one's even watching. Going, what the fuck happened to the price? And they just like does insane things. Yeah. Plus 2 weeks. Plus 2 weeks. Maybe I'll come back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago again. We keep being in 2 weeks. I'll put it in the calendar. 17. We convene in 2 weeks' time. I'll come back on the 31st. Stream X. Stream X. Oh. Feels like yes. I'm not sure I can do this every day. Like this is just the same shit every day, over and over again. The only thing that's different is the headlines. I put in my calendar, logged it in. 2 weeks time, maybe the same time, roughly the same time we'll come back. Ah, true. The AA. That was the AA? No. Ah, is it? Is how long you were here? I literally discovered HEX. Oof. Yeah, I mentioned it. I Why did I capture HEX? It was like the stream before it was launched, and then I actually captured it on like I didn't even watch the launch stream. Was another one. I watched the AA open and went in on day one and didn't go in hard and kicking myself forever to this day. But that's life. I made the same mistake at the all time high. Savage. It wasn't there other guys that were here like all the chats before, like way before. I just rocked up and I was like, what's this shit? I went through a stream. And there was all this like my feed was just full of all this one particular type of content. And then one particular I have no idea why this video just popped up and it was this dude. I'm like, what's this? Clicked on it. It was like Richard Hart stream. Thumbnail was him sitting there with a black shirt. Uh, and I clicked on it and it was like a lecture. I was listening to it, listening to it. I'm like, huh, this dude sounds pretty wise. And he was talking about crypto and stuff. And then he was talking about his HEX, soon to be released, sort of thing. And that's where I followed it. And I was like, nah, man. It was at the same time as when was it? There was something else. I think it was McAfee's Ghost spoken or Privacy, whatever it was. Came out about the same time. And which one? Got this thing. But yeah, that's about the same. That's about the same time. Yes, I agree. Yeah. It was just it was I don't know what it was. It was like I was learning stuff about cryptocurrency, and it was good to hear other people's point of view. It was very logical. But it's pretty cool. It kind of sounds pretty smart. Taught me a lot about just a lot of stuff. And I think even in the chat rooms, it was kind of funny too. There's just multiple times. It was people were like, one of the funniest ones. There's a screenshot. It's like, what do I do if I want to sell my HEX? If I have these feelings of urges to sell my HEX, it's like You should yank down your balls really hard until you get the feeling. It's just the funniest shit. Oh my god. And then, oh man, yeah, it's good memories. Good, but mind you, they're fading. I'm like, that memories fade over time. So it's funny now, currently in the present day, now sort of all that's gone, it's past, and it's different experience completely. I'm in a different spot, really kind of happy to be honest, but could be happier. That's sort of related to price, recognition like that. But in terms of like doing what I do for a living, it's just fucking so chill, like beyond chill. There's some other things out there that are like could be a bit better, but I'm not sure if that's dependent on money or not. We'll have to see how that goes. That's some interesting stuff going on. I think I was taking too much of this Shistachi stuff. I was like trying to be Genghis Khan or some shit. So it's like, anyway, yeah. Anyway, uh, yeah. That's it. Um, looking forward to Mad Games. Black T-shirt, Richard was very good. It's probably worth going back and watching some of the stuff to get the context about not the foundations of HEX, but just understanding like not teachings, but the point of view from the founder. And then if you watch the other stuff, you can like hook the two up and go, huh, so these two are the same, you know. So maybe there's a method behind the madness. Um, but yeah, the design of the actual token is kind of cool because I keep trying to get. I don't. At this point, I don't even know who to tell. It's like just it's Bitcoin, right? And you can have your Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin can produce more Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin producing more of it's worth something. So I know you hear before I was showing these levels, you have money, it turns into more money. That's good, isn't it? So what would you do? Would you just sell it all and then you've got no money? So where does the money come from? The money makes more money. Don't you get it? What else? What else? What else? Meanwhile, there's probably mad selling it on this one, but it might not be. Just pull back a bit. Some decent buys in there, though. Decent buys in there. But everyone said Hex was dead. 0.0. Was it 0.003? That was pretty fucking savage. 0.003. That's how low this shit got. People still weren't like, look, I didn't tell her. I was just like, what the fuck? Buying opportunities. I just wonder. I wonder how high this thing's going. What are we gonna do with the growth? Like this time I have a plan. Like X, Y, Z want to buy. Also, like set up so it just makes more of itself. Even if it goes down to these lows again, like in farms and like stables and more X. I can imagine the early Bitcoin holders have a similar sort of problem. They're like, what do I do with this fucking money? Poor me. Um, I wonder if some of them like would ever come in and be like, what's this X? But I'm not, no, I can't touch that 30X thing. It's like, okay, fine. Fine. All right. I'll be back in 2 weeks. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes? Yeah. So, yeah. I'll try to do the same time next week, in 2 weeks' time. I'll put it on my calendar. That's what I forget. And I'll free up some time because I'm very, very, very busy person. I'm so busy all the time. Very extremely busy. All right, free speech signing out. Catch you all later. Long live HEX. Long live HEX.